Hello again, and welcome to Elementary. Monday evenings at 6, this is where you'll find us, interviewing businesses, small or large. So happy Family Day, everyone, for all of you in Canada. I'm sure you had a fun day.
Hello.
I actually did some work. So, hi, Tammy.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
So
I'm
exciting.
nervous
Thank
but
you
excited.
so much for coming on today. Oh, you're fabulous. You have nothing to worry about. So let's get started. Introduce
Yeah,
yourself
they
and your
are.
Instagram handle
How
for
exciting.
our viewers.
So
They're
my
just
name's
rolling in.
Tamany. My Instagram is Realtor Social Media Marketing, and my TikTok is just Realtor Marketing.
Perfect.
That's
And you
okay.
said
I'm
Tammy,
totally
but
used to
I call you
it. Me and my
Tammy. I'm
brother
so
were actually
sorry.
named after
Oops.
buildings. So his is a little bit more well known, but mine is Tammany Hall. It's in New York.
Exciting.
That my dad was a
I
jokester.
guess your parents really like that building. So tell us a little bit about
So
yourself.
I originally grew up
Yeah, just tell
in
us a little bit
Sacramento,
about yourself.
California area. I currently reside in Dallas. My parents, my whole family is KW. I've been around Keller Williams my entire life. Um, my parents actually brought the first Keller Williams to Northern California in 2000, which is how I was so like involved. I was like at their grand opening serving like appetizers on a tray. um, and then I worked all kinds of jobs in real estate. I've done receptionist, I've done auditor, I've done assistant, all these things. So that's how I know so much about real estate. And then when I graduated high school, I was like, I don't want to do real estate. So I went to college for math and education, actually. And I taught eighth grade math for 6 years. 4 of those years were overseas in Bogota, Colombia, which was incredible. And then I actually coached teachers for the last 2 years. So I learned quite a bit about working with adults and teaching adults versus children. Then I'm kind of just going through my story. I hope that's okay. Perfect. In 2020, my dad was having some weird symptoms. So I came home to go to his doctor's appointment. And long story short, I ended up quitting my overseas job virtually and stayed at home with my dad. And I wanted to be able to go to his doctor's appointment. So I created my own business. And we actually created it together because I get all my entrepreneurial spirit from him. So we sat, and all through his illness, he kind of coached me in my first year and a half or so of business. And that's where I'm at today. I feel like I kind of combined my knowledge of real estate, my love of teaching, and then my knowledge of social media marketing to create The Simple Touches, which is my business.
So there's a bit of a lag, and I don't know why Instagram I've been having this problem, and I've messaged them. So there's a bit of a lag. So when I finish talking, maybe wait about count to five, and then I'll do the same. So that we don't talk over each other. But there's so many people joining, so thank you so much, and thank you for the person who actually pointed out there was a lag. Um, Someone said, loved your story. That's so sweet. My dad avoids me. So, if you have any questions, drop it in the question box, and we'll, I guess, get started on the next part of our a little session. So, you mentioned your career journey. Can you maybe walk us through how you became an expert in marketing, real estate marketing, and what inspired you to create real estate as your niche, because it's real estate is a
Okay.
tough topic,
I'm
right?
like trying to make sure I wait. Yeah, so when I was teaching, I was a first year teacher in Sacramento, California, and could barely pay my bills because the way teachers get paid is like based on their experience and their education. So I actually got into MLM marketing for a while. And through that, they encouraged us to market on Instagram. So that's kind of how I started. This was in like 2016, where you could literally like post a picture of a salad and get like 100 likes. Like it was a whole different ball game. And I've literally been marketing on Instagram ever since. I've been through like all the ups and downs and the changes, and it's really evolved, and it's helped me to kind of understand how to apply the power that is social media to realtors to be able to broaden their reach. And I kind of touched on why real estate's so close to me. I feel like with my family being so involved in KW, and my dad was my hero, and so being able to kind of continue his legacy. I mean, he changed so many people's lives and taught them about wealth building through real estate back when technology wasn't really a thing. So I feel like in a way I'm kind of doing that like 2.0 with social media, and really supporting agents and being able to apply social media to their marketing, and they can reach more people that way.
So someone says, Kazan Clark says, I'm addicted to your content. And they're a fellow KW Realtor as well. Shout outs. Thank you. Thank you for the love, all of you that are showing it. So, what role does technology
So I
play
was just
in
talking
the real
to
estate
somebody about
industry?
this. I'm 30. I'm a millennial. And I would 100% prefer to book online than call somebody up and try to get an appointment somewhere. Like, I think there's this generational like difference of how we access content, how we research things. I find service providers via Instagram all the time. And it's just kind of this shift in this authenticity. And I want to be able to see who I'm hiring and their behind the scenes and all this stuff. So I feel like technology has really changed. Like, people don't necessarily want to get a knock on their door to meet a realtor these days, right? Like, it's a little bit creepy. There's like security reasons with it, all this stuff, especially like if you're living alone as a female or whatever it is, And I feel like social media and technology is a way to be readily available when someone is ready to buy or sell their house. And then the other aspect of that is social media has the power to reach thousands of people for free. And I always tell my clients, I'm like, how much, okay, so this reel or whatever reached 2,000 people. How much would it have cost you to send 2,000 mailers, right? So there's so much power there. And that was something when I was getting out of teaching, I was like, okay, I can teach these 30 kids in my classroom, but I get really frustrated when there's a ceiling. I like to break ceilings, and I couldn't. I was just teaching these 30 kids at this one time and then doing it all over again the next year, and I didn't like that. I wanted to be able to reach more people and support more people.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. I mean, what you said is so true about technology, right? And because you can get in front of people if the algorithm lets you, but you got to try, right? You got to at least try harder and harder. And I'm not, I try so hard, and some days I'm like, oh my God. But, I guess you have to keep being consistent, right? And showing up. Um, but tell us a little bit about what services you offer, because all of our viewers can't wait to either find out what you offer, like the whole. array of
Yeah,
services that you offer.
we
So
are
tell
in
us
a
a little
little
bit
bit
about that.
of a like refining period because I feel really passionate about social media marketing. And when I first started, I was like, I can help you with anything. And I was doing like business card designs and yard sign designs and database man. Like I was doing everything and it was way too much. So this year I've really hammered down and really narrowed down my service menu to specifically social media marketing services. So our most common, and I think the one that everyone should join if they are already comfortable creating reels, is a service called Social Simplicity, where I basically do your content strategy for you. Every Monday you get 5 reel and 5 TikTok prompts, value based, with a focus on lead generation. So you don't have to sit there and scroll, and then get overwhelmed and then not post anything, right? It takes out all of that. And that service kind of developed because my clients were like, can you just tell me what to post, or can you just tell me what to film? And I'm like, yeah, I could do that. So that's how that started, and it's evolved, and it's such an awesome group of agents in there who just want to take action. And then I also have a mini course if you're like a little bit less comfortable with Instagram. I take everything that I know and I put it in this little course. And agents have seen a lot of value from that. And then we're doing a special right now. We're doing the little gifts where you can get your customized gifts and add to your videos and stories. And then I have like a luxury service I'm working on developing, so that will be coming out soon. I'm really excited about that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So we have to get you back on the show so you can tell us about that when you're ready. Um, the, the Brenham, the Brenneman team said, "I love everything that is offered. So helpful for the non-millennials." Yes, totally, totally. Some of us need more hand-holding and help than others, right? Um, yeah. So, what sets you apart,
So I
from
think
what you offer?
I have a really unique background in that I am so well versed in real estate. I do have the background of being a teacher and a coach. And then I also have been marketing on, oh yeah, the twirling box. We also have spin tops right now. All my services are linked in my bio on my page if you'd like to go there when we're done. Um, what, what was the question? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Well, let's talk about the
Yeah,
twirling
sorry,
box
I'm not used
then.
to being
What is
live, and so
that?
all these comments are like, I know.
Yeah, yeah. Just
So
try
the
and
swirling
like
box is
ignore
called a
them. I'm
spin
kind of
top.
monitoring
I
them, so
actually have it
don't
right here.
worry.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
awesome.
perfect.
So
Oh, I saw that
there's 2
thing. I was
versions.
wondering what
This
it
one is
was. Yeah.
detachable, and then there's one that's actually built into the signpost, and then there's a solar light on top. So this illuminates your light or your sign at night, so it doubles your marketing time.
Oh,
And then these panels, these are 8x10s on photo paper. So you can design these in Canva, and these light up as well. And then you can add like individualized QR codes per listing, and you can lead generate that way. So it doubles your marketing space, and you can customize it per
oh.
listing, and it illuminates your light or your sign at night with the light. It's really bright. So these are really cool. These are in my bio too. Yeah, so
Oh, okay. And
it
then they
doesn't twirl
twirl, so you
automatically,
get to
but
see
if
all
they walk
different.
up to the sign, they can spin it. The square one has 4 panels, and the round one has 6 panels.
Oh,
So I know a lot of people have said they've been worried about theft, but you can. These are pretty sturdy straps here, so you can actually screw them into your signpost if you're worried about theft.
let's see. Oh, excellent. So any of
Twirly
you
box.
who want to get a hold of that Twilly box, you know, go to the link in bio or Twilly, whatever. Oh boy. So someone actually asked how to get a hold of you, and obviously we're going to give them some information at the
Yeah, I
end, but you can
highly
tell them right
recommend
now
going to
since
my
they're
link
on.
tree, my link in bio,
Um,
just because I get a lot of emails and messages, so it might take me a bit to get back to you. So anything in my link in bio is going to be kind of like self-serve. If you have an individualized question, my email is info, I-N-F-O, at thesimpletouches.com. And then I also have an email button on my profile if you just want to go there too.
okay. So someone says so badass. They wanted to know how much it costs, but I guess if you hit the link, you'll find out all the details on it. And someone
I
else is asking,
have,
what does it
I think
look
I have
like
like 3 reels
posted?
with it.
I'm
I
not
have
quite
one with it
sure
actually on a
what
sign.
that
You can look at
means.
it. I have one with it at night so you can see how bright it gets. And then there's another one where an agent put up the signpost actually in her own yard, and she put a rider saying not for sale. And then she designed the panels to explain her services. So like, I'm your neighborhood realtor or something like that. So there's a bunch of different uses for it. Also, if you're going to like have a booth somewhere, it's a great thing to bring to like show off your services as well.
Yeah. And um, someone is asking, can I post it anywhere? And I am not a realtor in the US. I am a Canadian realtor, by the way. Canadian. Anyhow, but we don't care. Boundaries are not an issue, but I cannot answer your question. So you're gonna have to talk
Mm.
to your broker about where you post that based on your board regulations. Um, yes. So yeah, so what sets you
Yes,
apart
that's what we're talking about. Okay.
from
Yeah,
others?
so I have a pretty unique background where I have
Yes.
all of the 3 things that we were chatting about. But I'm very data driven. I think that comes from being a math teacher. So
Hmm.
as a teacher, we're trained to give formative assessments, check for understanding, and if depending on that data, kind of change what we're offering or teaching so they better understand what's going on. So I definitely apply that with my service menu. If I launch something and I get feedback that it's still confusing or they're now struggling with this, I will then go and create another service to support that need. So I'm very data driven in that way. I also don't promote something or give advice unless I've tried it on my own account or an account that I manage. So all of my advice is from real-time data. It's not like some woohoo that I invented in my head.
Yeah, that's great. It makes a difference, right? Because it makes a difference when you have a bit of the background, understanding what some of us do, right? So it makes it a lot easier so that we're not, struggling to make you understand our pains because you get it, right? Someone is asking tips for realtors who are going through a slow period for lead
So
gen tips,
I
I
guess it kind
guess.
of depends on what you
Um,
mean by slow period. And if you're seasoned or you're more of a newer agent, definitely lean into your sphere. Your sphere is going to convert fastest because they already know, like, and trust you. Whereas social media is a long game because you have to get these strangers to know you, then to like you, then to trust you. And that takes time and repetition. So definitely, like, this is why not that I don't work with newer agents, but I tell newer agents that social media is not going to convert right away. So if you need a paycheck right now, like, I would try something else first and then add social media in a little bit later. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do. You can do mailers. I would definitely recommend farming. So choose a neighborhood, 100 homes, 500 homes, whatever you can afford, and just hit them with value. It can be in the form of a mailer. It can be in the form of a targeted social media ad. It can be in the form of door knocking. It could be in the form of a community event. But you want to be able to narrow down the people that you're advertising to, because it used to be like 7 touches on average before somebody converts, and now it's like, I think it's like 13 or 14. Like, it's crazy because social media is just add, add, add. So being able to narrow down who you're actually advertising to and just repeating and adding value to those same people is going to get you further faster.
Yeah, and I'm not a pro by any means, right? So, but I'm not shy to try anything that's new. Um, Sometimes I'm a little hesitant, eh, but someone was asking about what to do, and really, I think there's a two-part formula. Like when if things are a little slower, like things are slow everywhere, right? And when we say slow,
Yeah.
we were at such a hefty pace that we are like, oh, now it's slow. But really, people are just a little hesitant. There's a lot of changes when it comes down to what's happening in the US. Your interest rates affect us somehow, and our interest rates, our prices are like, I don't know, it's like living in California everywhere. Like that's what our prices are. We don't see the great Florida kind of property prices that some of the agents I see them posting, and they've got some great rates. I've got a cousin who lives in Florida, and he buys homes like so cheap, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, why can't I buy a home that price? And I see Dallas, Texas, and I love Texas. We've been there so many times, and I see the prices out there, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Texas size house. I want one.
Yeah.
Because the prices are so much different than our prices, right? Um, However, I think you have to be present socially because the young ones, the millennials, and they are looking for social proof. So I think if you're not existent, they won't find you.
I
So I think it
agree.
has to be like a two-part. Don't you agree?
When you are, I think social media makes the whole trust part way easier than traditional marketing. And I think that showing behind the scenes and showing, like hopping on stories and showing vulnerability, that kind of stuff is going to move people down your pipeline faster. And I know a lot of people, and if you aren't, you should, are using QR codes to link their traditional marketing with their digital marketing. So, driving traffic of anyone on, like, from your business card or your mailer to your Instagram account or whatever it is. But I agree that if I meet you and go and look you up on Instagram and the last thing you posted was 2 years ago, bye. Like you're not active, right? Like you're not doing the deal. You're not walking the
Bye,
walk. So
Felicia.
I agree. I think the internet or online marketing, especially social media marketing, is where my generation and definitely Gen Z is going to go to kind of verify that you're a legit person, because there's so many scams out there right now.
Yeah. Out here too, we have a lot of scams going on, and we have to watch. Um, and people want to know you. People want
Yeah.
to like get to know you. And oddly enough, they'll ghost you for like so long, and then one day they'll call you. So, but I feel that the U.S. seems to get, and I think it's because of your volume, right? You seem to get like so much business from social media. Um,
So
would
I'm a
what do you
big
think
advocate for
about
social
that?
media
I know
marketing
that's a
because I
statement
am
I'm
not a
putting out.
salesperson. I have taken many like yeah. Well, I have taken like a lot of personality tests or
Everybody's
whatever,
a
and like sales is
salesperson.
not my no. But by creating value and helping people via reels, by the time they reach out to me, I've never spoken to you before, they're ready to buy from me, right? So it's a way to create and foster warm leads without actually being like super salesy and hopping on a call and trying to sell yourself, if that makes sense. It's another way to be top of mind when they're ready.
Mhm. Yes.
And I just saw, I forget, it might have been Kim on TikTok. I just saw one of her TikToks and she was like, I'm popping up on your past clients' social media, are you? And I was like, oh.
Very cool. So you were mentioning earlier you have a special on those gifts,
So I
whatever they call
have
them.
we have
What's your
a like
special?
real estate special right now. We have 6 designs. And we have a single, you can buy a single, you can buy buy 4, get 1 free, or you can buy a pack of 30. And it's all customizable. So after you place your order, you'll go to a form where you upload your logo and your headshot if you want your headshot in there. And then we design them, and we also have an add-on service where we can help you make them searchable if you'd like. All of that is in my link in bio. And then I also, for this live, I have a promo code for my weekly prompts. So if you go to my link in bio and go to weekly video prompts, use code LIVE, LIVE, and you can get $10 off. Nope, just live.
Or just live, no numbers.
$10 off my
Okay.
weekly prompts, yeah.
And it's $10 off. Awesome. So you heard that, $10 off.
Don't leave.
Don't jump on now. Jump on when we're done. Still be available. So as we get to the end of our show, is there something else you want to add? Perhaps something I may have missed asking. There was so much traffic today and so much
I
comments.
only
I
see
was
like
trying
2
to
comments at
scroll
a
through
time. Is
each
there a way
one.
to see all of them or no? Just scroll.
No, you just have to kind of.
So
Someone's asking what's a
it's
prompt. So
my
before you
way
add your
of
piece, what's a prompt?
telling you what to post or what to film, pretty much. So I go through, I scroll every week, I find the trends, I do the research, I figure out how you're going to spin it for real estate, I tell you the call to action to use. And it basically is meant to save you time so you don't have to sit there and scroll and try to figure out, okay, what sound am I going to use? What am I going to say? What am I going to film? So it's my way to save you a couple hours every week. Oh, I can click on it. Oh, thank you.
Awesome.
If you tap the comments, it opens up a little bit wider.
Click on what? Oh, okay. Yes, okay, yes. Yeah, so
yes. So I
is there
have
anything you'd like to
like
add before we wrap
insider
up?
tip for you guys. And this is something that I just actually shared with my social simplicity agents. It's something I just kind of realized. So we all know social media happens in waves. And in order to like kind of benefit from the wave, you want to hop on it early and kind of get that attention on your profile while the whatever it is trending or whatever. So we've kind of realized in 2020, dancing videos were it. That's how you got noticed. Then in 2021, it shifted to pointing to words on screen, all this stuff. Then in 2022, the trend was like lip sync. So there would be an audio and you wouldn't actually be talking, you would lip sync to the audio. And this year, it's kind of a mix between one original, so not actually doing a trend, but coming up with something using your own voice, something completely on your own, and or B-roll footage. And what I mean by that is you're working here at a computer, you have a video going of you working, and then you have text on screen. Or you're with a client, like doing an open house or whatever it is, somebody's filming you working. And I think the value in that comes from what we were talking about, the transparency of you're actually out there doing the deal, being a real estate agent, being active. So I'm not saying that those other types of videos don't perform well, but I am saying that if you want to kind of benefit from this wave of social media virality, to really try to come up with some original content and your B-roll footage into your content, like adding that into your content strategy for this year. And then also coming up with your own audios. So you may have seen, if you follow me, that I've been coming up with original audios for realtors to use. One of the first one I did was the audio that was like, I'm a realtor in this area. I specialize in this, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So that actually was really cool because when an agent uses my audio, I get notified. So that's a potential client of mine. Also, I'm helping them because they're using my audio to create content. So they're grateful that I've created this audio for them. And then I share their video to my story. So they're grateful that they're getting the views from my story. But then I'm also, while I'm promoting them, I'm promoting my sound, which in turn is promoting my profile. So it's this big like loop. And that's how I've been able to grow so quickly over the past month or two. So what I've been telling agents is think about your ideal client and think about what kind of audio they would want to use. And that's what you should be creating right now.
So perfect. What a good note to end on. Well, Real Talks, if you want to know about Canadian real estate, let's connect on social. Absolutely. Let's learn a little bit more about each other's cities. And someone actually said that ever since they joined, they end up getting 3 leads from social, which is excellent. Yeah, always good to get those. Um, and someone else said, I just used your audio in about an hour ago. Your voice is good. Excellent. Your voice is good. And you sound like you're so much fun. Honestly, when I see your stuff, I think I would like to hang out with you
That's
because
so
you just
funny.
come across as like, hey,
I
you're
think
gonna have a
part of
good
that is
time
like
today.
me getting older and like learning more about myself because I used to be like really self-conscious.
We all are. We all don't like our voice. We all don't like. That's what someone said. And I used to hate doing this video stuff. And then one day I just said, let's just do it. Who cares? Like, who cares? And then you'll get haters. Some people make fun of you. They'll say little mean things, but who cares? I got thicker skin by now, at least, I hope. But thank you so much for your time. For all of you who are watching us, jump on her link in bio and see if she can help you some way with your struggles with social media. All of us are struggling to figure this one out, and I'm so glad you were able to come on when I asked. Thank you so much. For all of you watching us, my name is Jacqueline Watson. I'm a realtor with Sutton Group Tower in Toronto. And I do this show every Monday evening. It's called Elementary. And I just promote businesses. So thanks so much again. And until next time. Thank you.